In a recent development, the presidency has maintained its stance against the demand from organized labor for a minimum wage of 250,000 naira, deeming it unsustainable. This statement follows concerns raised by Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, which expressed worries over the proposed 62,000 naira minimum wage, citing potential financial strain on councils. It's worth noting that negotiations between the federal government and organized labor stalled last Tuesday after the government and private sector increased their offer to 62,000 naira, which the labor unions rejected, considering it as insult to Nigerian workers. In an exclusive interview, Bayo Ononuga, special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on information and strategy, stressed that labor must be realistic, affirming that the government cannot allocate all its resources to paying workers who constitute less than 10% of the population. While urging labor to reconsider their stance instead of attempting to shut down the system, Ononuga mentioned that President Tinubu will send the executive bill on the new minimum wage to the National Assembly after the Salah break. As Voice of the People TV, we are on the streets to get people's opinion on these developments.
When you look at minimum wage is not for the organized labor alone, it's also for the private sector. That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Can the private sector afford to pay 62,000? A proprietor of secondary school or a primary school in Lagos, can he or she afford to pay 62,000 for its workers? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. If we are making a demand for something, we should make a demand that it is realizable. So we shouldn't just ask for what the government cannot do.
Nigerians should come out majority and stand on, because what is 60,000 compared to an average Nigeria? What is 60,000? Because we go to the market and see what is happening. It's unacceptable by the Nigerians. The poor masses, they are intimidating. It is not it, and we stand against it.
Nigerian labor is supposed to sit down with government. Are they paying them wages or salary? If it's salary, there's difference between salary and wages. Wages is what you pay casual workers because they work per hour. So somebody can decide to work 2 hours and work 3 hours here and go and rest. You pay him how much? When you talk about salary, how much are they paying them? Their salary per hour, that 32,000 divided is almost 100 and something naira. So paying somebody 62,000 naira at this economic hardship, what do you think that this person will make out of it? Nothing. A bag of rice is how much? So it's not up to that amount they are paying them. So they should sit down and carry Nigerians along.
The minimum wage between government and labor, at least the government, they have not tried enough. At least cost of living is too expensive and it's too high. Let them compensate the workers for them to increase their money. At least they can be able to afford cost of living. Electricity is very high. So many things is high. The way of living in this country is not easy, which everybody knows. So the government is supposed to have listening ear to listen to the masses, for them to come to our age, for them to assist the masses, so that things will be better.
As negotiations towards the national minimum wage continue, the stake remains significant between the federal government and the organized labor. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing story and its impact on Nigeria's economy. Matthew Ogunswada for Voice of the People TV.